We're gonna be going over Pitshark RDL. Okay, so with that Pitshark RDL, we could go with a traditional RDL, so Romanian deadlift, or we could do a stiff-legged deadlift with the same guy. Just remember, with these notches right here, wherever we put the clip is where we want to stay consistent with it. Typically, if we're closer to that clip point, it's gonna be a bit more range of motion, so to speak, than being all the way out here with a little more slack. Now, when we look at the 4 notches, we want to figure out where we want to be. Now, what I would recommend, typically stay in the 2nd and 3rd notch. Okay, you can play around with the 4th notch or the 1st notch if you want. Just know it's typically a little bit more challenging as we get closer to that fulcrum point where the weights would be. So, just for the video purposes, I'm gonna stay into that 3rd notch for you guys. As I get set up into that RDL-based movement, it's the same way as if I was to do it with the dumbbell, barbell, what have you, okay? Big toe, pinky toe, heel plant into the floor, slight bend in the knees as it assists me coming back with those hips, all right? I wanna come to a point where I feel a good amount of sensation running through my hamstrings and glutes, drive those hips forward to come back up. Now, if I wanna assume a stiff-legged deadlift, all I'd be doing from here, same deal, I wanna stay a little bit stiffer with those knees. As I stay stiff with those knees, those hips sit back, 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 really stretching out those hamstrings and coming right back into it. Let's see it one more time, coming back, 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 stiff with those knees, and then coming right back into it. Now, depending on what we're trying to work on, what's programmed for you, our additional RDL is gonna tackle a bit more glutes because of that knee bend that we get through it. That assists us with that hinge-based pattern. With the stiff-legged deadlift, because we're locking in those knees, okay, we're not going into active insufficiency with those hamstrings, so we're getting a bit more hamstrings in that movement itself.